Hey everyone, as always, Dylan Miller Prospecting. And as you can see, it's review time. But this is not gold Paydirt, this is copper Paydirt. So this video is going to be a little bit different than I normally do for review videos. But let's get right to it. This is from KenaiGold.com. It's their copper Nugget Jackpot bag. And all you will find in here is copper. Instead of gold or silver or platinum or any other precious metals, this one has copper in it. So let me read you the description of it. We came across some natural copper nuggets and were asked to make a Paydirt out of them. We decided to do it, but added a jackpot twist. We are offering 18 bags of copper nugget Paydirt. Each bag will contain about 4 copper nuggets from the pictures listed on this post. And they do show a picture with a little pile of copper nuggets. One jackpot bag will have an additional gold nugget weighing 0.581 grams in it. We are selling these bags for $9.99 plus shipping and expect them to go fast. Good luck. Now I do need to throw in a small disclaimer here. First off, this bag is not from his newest batch. He had a batch of 18 bags last month where there was also a chance at getting a gold nugget. Now, I know the person who won that bag. It was one of my Patreon members. So I know there's no gold nugget in this one. It will only be copper. All right, so I'm not going to classify this down because I've seen the size of the copper nuggets. And kind of funny story, just on a side note, is I actually bought some Michigan nuggets and sent one to all my Patreon members last month just on a whim. I just so happened to see some. I worked out a deal with somebody and bought a whole bunch of them, and I sent one to every one of my Patreon members, and they looked something like this. This is exactly, they came like this, but each nugget was different. So, and I thought it was funny because right when I got mine in, I noticed that Kenai Gold had listed these bags of Paydirt up, and I thought, wow, that's pretty serendipitous that we're both happened to come across copper nuggets at the same time. So I had shipped all mine. So all my Patreon members, I believe every single person got one. If you didn't get one, message me on Patreon and I'll take care of that. Now, let's get to this. Now, again, like I said, I am not going to classify this because I know there's nothing in there but giant copper nuggets. And if I classify it, they will all kind of just fall out. So what I'm going to do is just dump it in a pan and then we're just going to pan it out. I still have my camera all set up from the giant video I did of the 1 ounce bucket review. So I'm just going to pan all this out and I am going to treat this bag of Paydirt as a gem review. I am not going to be basing this on a gold Paydirt review scale just because I don't believe anyone who is buying this will be buying this as a type of way to get something that's got a real monetary value. You know, generally with gold Paydirt, you know at the end of it, or silver Paydirt, or platinum Paydirt, at the end of it you will get a finite amount of money. A lot of times it will guarantee you a finite amount of money, and this is not the case with this. You're kind of getting copper. This is more of an experience type of bag of Paydirt. So I'm going to go switch my camera around, put it over here, it'll be over here, and we're just going to pan this out. So be right back. And I did forget to weigh it. I had the scale sitting there the whole time, and I totally forgot to weigh up the Paydirt, didn't I? I can tell you, though, it was 5.1 ounces. I have no idea why I didn't weigh it up. It's just sitting there, talking too much. All right, I'm going to be right back. Let's pan this out. All right, got my water all set up, and as you can see, I got carried away, and I put the material in the water before I let you watch me do that. But it's me putting material in the water. So no big surprise there, but there you go. 1 pan of material. Let's just pan it out really quickly and see what we get. Now I don't know if there's going to be any gold in this. I thought I remember, now I might be wrong, so don't take this as, you know, set in stone. But I believe in the original description for the first 18 bags they had, they did say that it could contain some gold in this from it being their material that they're just adding in. Instead of adding gold, they're adding copper. But don't quote me on that. It does not say that in the current description. So if I don't find any gold, or if you don't find any gold, don't blame it on me. pieces of copper. Much better than the ones I sent to all my Patreon members. So, as you can see, that was pretty easy. There we go, 4. And these are, like I said, really big pieces of copper. Much better than the ones that I'll even show you. See, like this is the one I sent. It's pretty thin. All the pieces I had were pretty thin. Now, I will say also, I do know that these are all from Michigan because I talked to Dill, and they are not copper nuggets from Alaska. Dill did tell me he was trying to find some from there, but these are from Michigan, which is where mine are from as well. Just mine were smaller, thinner, not as cool. Thanks for one-upping me, Kenai Gold. So let me take these out, and let's just pan on and see if we can't find any gold in this. There you go. Let me just... It does have some gold in there. Not a huge amount, but a little bit. So what I'm going to go do is get the rest of this gold out, dry it off. I'm going to dry off the 4 nuggets I got of copper, and then we're going to weigh these up, and I'll show them to you. So let me show them to you. Be right back. All right. I'm back with my results and my review, and let's get right to it. Again, this was from KenaiGold.com. This was their copper nugget jackpot bag. It was only supposed to have copper in it, and it had no guarantees other than you would find copper. And they do say approximately 4 pieces. I'm guessing that they're basing it on the weight. You know, you get a certain amount or somewhere close to there. Its cost was $9.99. Shipping was $3.63. Total cost $13.62. Now about the shipping, they do state, because I know most of their products do offer free shipping, but in their description they do state plus shipping. They do charge shipping for these bags. I know there was some confusion in the last batch they had. What I recovered, and I recovered not only some copper, 4 really nice pieces. Let me show you these. Really nice pieces. This one by far is my favorite, and I will show you that one because it is just really cool looking. This one to me looks more like a gold nugget or something you would find, you know, with all the little crop in it and stuff like that. So pretty cool. By far my favorite, and I did find some gold, some -40 gold, not a ton, but just out of curiosity's sake, I am going to weigh it up. But again, like I said, I am going to be doing this review based off of my gem scores, not off of my gold Paydirt. So there will be no ROI with this, only a value and fun factor. So let's weigh it up and see what it is. Let me zoom you in. Let me move the scale. There you go. Let's weigh it up. It does look like enough to budge the scale, so. There you go. 0.015. Yeah. Alright, seems to have settled at 0.012, and we're going to call it that. It doesn't really matter because, like I said, I am not doing an ROI on this. It's just to show you it did have some gold in it. Now, I'm pretty sure that, don't quote me on this again, I thought in their old description they did say you could find some gold, but in this description it does not say that anywhere, so if you find gold, it's just laying you up, some bonus. Now, for the nuggets, let's weigh them up. And I'm using a different scale for this one just because I don't want to go into the 1,000ths. I just want to keep this one as a 3-digit number, and I'll explain why later. But let's get to this one. Yeah. 6.51. There we go. Really nice. And these are in grams. You got this one. 5.61, 5.62, somewhere around there. And then this one. 4.63. So there you go. Really nice. I'm not going to weigh up that last nugget, and I will tell you why. Because I'm going to be doing a giveaway on my Patreon page. Let me unzoom you. I am going to be doing a giveaway on my Patreon page at patreon.com/Miller Prospecting, where if you guess the weight on this one, you will win a bag of their Kenai Gold's Copper Nugget Jackpot bag. But you'll have to go there to see all the details about that. I'm not putting it in this video because I don't want someone to watch this video a year from now and think that they just could chance to win. So go over to my Patreon page at patreon.com/Miller Prospecting to see if you can guess the weight of this nugget compared to the other nuggets, and you could win a bag. So let's get back to the scores. So now let's get to the scores for Kenai Gold's Copper Nugget Jackpot bag. For value, I am giving them an 8. It was really good. It's a good value for this. Now, I know people are going to ask me how much is this worth and stuff like that, but let me just say, you saw the weights on them, and copper is right around $2.25 per pound. But this is not copper like you pull out of your wall or someone breaks in your house and steals your copper pipes. It's not that type of copper. These are copper nuggets, so they tend to have a different value. But again, I'm not basing this review on a ROI. It's more on a value and fun factor. And for value, I'm giving it an 8. I thought it was pretty good. Wasn't a 10, didn't blow me away, but it was pretty good. For fun factor, again, I'm giving it an 8. I thought it was fun. It was something cool. It was definitely something new. Something I've never done before. So I'm giving it an 8. For Paydirt description, again, giving them an 8. Does need a few little tweaks. It doesn't need all the information that gold Paydirt does, because you don't need to know the sizes and if there's black sands or magnetic or any of those things. But I would have liked if he would have put in there that it was from Michigan, because when I originally saw these, I actually thought the copper was going to be from Alaska, and it wasn't until I emailed him and asked him that they told me it was from Michigan that now I know. So it's from Michigan. He did say he was going to look for some Alaskan nuggets, copper nuggets, but I wish that was in the description. So for quantity and packaging, they're getting a 9. 10 for quantity and an 8 for the packaging. So can't really say anything more about that. For customer service and shipping, they're getting a 10 for both. Kenai Gold shipping is always great, as is their customer service. Their customer service is some of the best. There's a lot of these new startup companies that are selling Paydirt that have really good customer service, and Kenai Gold is one of them. So total score for Kenai Gold's Copper Nugget Jackpot bag is an 8.6. Really good bag. Had a lot of fun with it. Well, I'm not going to say a lot of fun, but I did have fun with it. It was a really new experience. I really liked it. I will say I wish the bags were bigger. I would be willing to pay more, as well as more in shipping, if it was like, say, a small priority mailbox just packed with dirt with probably, 4 or 5 nuggets this size and then a lot of smaller nuggets, just because then it's something you can actually pan out with your kids and it wouldn't cost you an arm and a leg. $20 plus $7 in shipping. I'd be willing to pay $30 or less for that. I just think this is too quick. If I'd have given that to my kids, they'd have picked those nuggets out in 2 seconds and wanted to go play video games or something else, So you want something that'll take up a lot of time, and this would be great to me for kids because it's something they can pan out. Where if I bought a $30 bag of gold Paydirt, it's not really going to have that much weight-wise in gold. Where in this, as you saw, it's 3 average 5-gram nuggets, 15 grams of copper, and it looks cool. Copper does look really, really cool. So, and they could add that to their collection, and your kids could have a copper collection while you have the gold collection. But that's my personal opinion on it, and, you're going to have your own personal opinion. Some people are going to like it like this. The owners might like it like this. So, and it did not affect my score any. I just wanted to throw that out there. Now, again, I did not weigh this one up, and if you go to my Patreon page, at patreon.com/Miller Prospecting, you can guess the weight on this and win one of these bags of Paydirt. Now, all that's left is to flash up the score and give away a 24-karat gold-plated dime. So let me flash up the score right now. Now, for today's 24-karat gold-plated dime winner, it's going to be Arnie Bowie. So Arnie Bowie, make sure you email me so I can send this off to you. And everyone else, thanks for watching and happy panning.